My name is Linda Durbin, and I've been at Covenant 45 and a half years.
My name is Sherry Wall.
My name's Lisa Morgan.
My name is Victor De Leon. I've been at Covenant for 20 years.
My name's Regina Ferris.
My name is Norma Rubakava. I've been at Covenant for 21 years.
I'm Cindy Foz. I'm an RN. I'm a director of nursing.
My name is Chuck Broman. I'm an RN case manager with Hospice of Love.
My name is Catherine Albano, and I'm a nurse educator at.
My name is Courtney Ivy, and I have worked at Covenant for 15 years.
Mission services is a big umbrella. And under the umbrella, I have the privilege of leading our volunteer chaplain program. I love doing that, love ministry. By the way, I'm a pastor's wife, I guess if you can't tell. I love working at Covenant because of the ministry. And of course, the people. Being able and being free to just be natural with people and to show the love of Christ. If I'm not there every day showing love, being real, what else is there?
We had a patient that had a form of cancer, and she was being treated, and we thought that she was, cured, or she was in remission. And then she started coming back into the hospital with vomiting, and I said, has anybody done an MRI of her head? Because she acts just like someone that's had a brain tumor, and I've taken care of lots of kids with brain tumors. And so the physician that she was under at that time said, well, no, we did a CT scan and it didn't show anything, so go ahead and give her the chemo. And so another doctor that was in that department came by the next morning, and I said, if I was a doctor, I'd order an MRI of her head because I think she has a brain tumor. He did an MRI, and sure enough, she had a brain tumor.
What I treasure the most about working at Covenant is definitely the memories and all the friendships throughout the years. Kind of in the background a lot now, but I feel like I try to make the difference for the floor nurses, the staff, to make their lives easier. Covenant has been wonderful to me and my family. It has allowed me and my husband to provide a great home for our family. Both my kids have been raised through Covenant. I think probably a lot of people know my kids without ever having to meet them, and the same for me. I feel like I know their family because of the relationships that you develop with them, even though you may have never met their husband or their child or their dog.
I love my coworkers. They're absolutely fantastic people to work with and for. Faith-based ministry has a lot of meanings to different people, but to me, it means I work in an organization where we value what God taught us to be with one another, to love one another, to respect one another. And I see that to take care of one's loved ones like you would want them to take care of yours. I love my job at Covenant because it's a great place to work. I love the way they care about you and they care about your family.
My mom had gotten sick one more time, and I had just come back. I think I'd been working 2 weeks, and she was sick in a coma. And without going into too much detail, my leader at that time and currently now, she came into my office and said, "Why are you here?" And I said, "I don't have time. I just came back." She goes, "You need to be with your family." And that's the kind of compassion that I want to help treat others with, and to listen to people that if they're not good at home, they're not good at work. So I left to go teach, and I will say that when you compare two different companies, or ours is a ministry, and I truly believe that, this was a academic setting. They have a mission and values, but nothing like ours. You could tell right away as you entered that reflection wasn't important, praying wasn't important. I think people were important, but not in the way that people are important in the Covenant way.
It's really, God sent me on a lot of mission trips during my time in high school and college, and it just showed me, I think, becoming part of healthcare, that it's a mission field out there every day in our own backyard. The people have definitely kept me at Covenant. Covenant is a huge city within itself, but also a small family. We spend more time at work than we do at home, so Covenant is my extended family. Started there when I was 20 years old, and there have been tons of people that worked at Covenant that have been there beside me when I got married and had my 2 little boys, and still stand beside me to this day, and I love that about Covenant. We are a big family.
One of the best things about Covenant that I like working with Covenant for is that we actually are a big family. You know, when you first walked in, when I first did my first interview, that was the feeling that I got. This was a family. It wasn't a place where people went to work and went home at the end of the day. You actually were there with family members, the family that you choose to be with, which is incredible. That's hard to find. Very first day on the unit on palliative medicine, one of our nurses, her son found out he had cancer, and so she had to leave. The charge nurse, Sarah, grabs me and the nurse I was precepting with and everybody, and we gathered in the med room and we just prayed right there. And it was like, okay, this is a heck of a way to start a new job. It's interesting, it's new, it's different. And just, that made me fall in love with the place even more. It was something that was very special. That's not something you see every day.
And I was lucky to come, to come over to America and have a better life. I came here when I was 30. So I was older, but I still feel like I have no one. So it was very sad leaving the Philippines. But when I came over, HR was very accommodating. They helped us, start a new life. When I took care of a patient and they would send me letters at home. And I don't know how they got my address, but they would send me letter and I would read it and I would cry and I would be, so touched that I touched them, because there's so many of us caring for these patients, but you receive this letter, it's like, oh my, thank you. So that's what I love the most.
I treasure most about Covenant, again, the people. The people is what makes it so wonderful. Covenant started as a job that I was very excited to begin, and was how I met my husband. I've had my children at Covenant. I've been there as a family member for my grandmother and my father, as they've been patients there, and it's just a part of who I am.
There's some folks that medicine will not heal them, but the friendship or the service you provide for them makes them feel better, and that's probably the best medicine we offer. The whole mission is the whole body, not just the physical. So if you can work on the physical, everything else will come along, and it'll be a blessing in disguise. Probably one of the stories I can tell you, in August of 2015, I was diagnosed with large B lymphoma. And a little bit later that year, I got diagnosed with thyroid cancer. The members and the staff at the Lifestyle Center were wonderful. I mean, the prayers that were sent out, the well wishes, the support I got from them. If people don't realize what family and faith can do, they're missing out on life.